So, I just saw episode 4 of Yu-Gi-Oh! Arc V. Happy they're getting subbed on time. But you know what? After seeing this one, I got a lot to say. You want to know? You want to know? That would make sense. You did click on this video, so yeah, it would make sense. Just cue title scene. So, I did a reaction video to Yu-Gi-Oh! Arc V Episode 1. I'm not going to do reaction videos to every episode, just when I feel like something is worth mentioning. And you know what? Something did happen in this one worth mentioning. And you want to know what that is? Yugioh is finally here to play. Yes! See what I did there? A little bait and switch just now. And basically what I'm saying is, when I did my Episode 1 reaction, I said I didn't really care for the way Yugioh was presented. I didn't feel they really did a good job of bringing his personality or really making the character there. Just felt like everything about him was presented through exposition, and lately that seems to be unfortunately a common occurrence. Rather, it's in other animes like Attack on Titan or Sword Art Online, where it feels like the protagonists are never really defined. They're just throwing random facts about them at you every single episode. And even in some of our big major Hollywood movies like The Amazing Spider-Man or Man of Steel, the big desire now, or at least a growing desire, is to just present the characters for their drama and nothing else. A movie can sort of get away with this because hopefully the actor can rectify it, but in the case of an animated series, whether it's Japanese, American, or whatever, you're going to have that problem of the actor can only just bring so much, and a lot of it is to the animators. But you know what? With this last episode of Yu-Gi-Oh! Arc V, I am happy to say Yu-Gi-Oh! Is not going to follow this trend. Most specifically, I'm talking about one scene. It lasts 10 seconds. If you blink, you'll miss it, but it is so crucial to making this character work. It's the scene where him and Dark Guy, I haven't remembered his name yet, and basically Dark Guy is taunting him and saying, oh, there's nothing you can do, there's no way to lose, and Yu-Gi-Oh's getting nervous, he's getting worried, you know, he's going to lose the pendulum monsters, which he thought made him seem so special and so good. His friends are in trouble. It's really grinding on him, and you can see all that in his face, and you're on it, and I'm thinking, okay, follow through. Show us the natural reaction and the natural emotional state. Then, we get a little flashback. It's the same thing from the first episode. His father telling him, when you feel like you're going to cry or scared or angry or whatever, bring out the laugh and you'll know what to do, or something like that. I'm paraphrasing. And you know what? He does it. And that scene is so important, because over the course of 1 minute, we see what this guy is all about. We see how this kid functions. We see what makes him react. And most importantly, we see how his past impacts him, not just the story. Characters should be important and likable for who they are, not just what they do. And in that moment, I really felt like I understood Yugioh. That moment where you connect with a character and really believe them and want to see them go further, that has to be instantaneous, and most importantly, it has to be natural. What I think hurt Yugioh's character in the first episode and the 2 and 3 is that they're packing so much into the 24-minute runtime, it kind of unfortunately causes Yugioh to get lost in it. But here, I felt like once that scene happened, he took control of the story. It really felt like the rest of the things were from his perspective, not just the overworld around it. And I truly felt that the actor did a great performance, the animation worked good, and it brought things together. I know it sounds crazy to rave on and on about just one little scene in a 24-minute episode, but it's important. It's important that that moment happens. That moment, I didn't have that in Attack on Titan or Sword Art Online. In the 2 movies I mentioned, it only happens because the actor's charisma. It was so great to see that the excellent writing Yu-Gi-Oh! Has had over the years, that push and pull, that relationship between hero and rival, the relationship between hero and villain, hero and main girl, is been preserved and is once again being brought to the forefront of the series and being used to its advantage. And it definitely looks like this is going to do that, because I like this new rival. He definitely does seem to be the rival. I think it's interesting, the idea that he basically looks like he climaxes every time he talks about rare cards. I hope that whole I'm the chosen one thing means something. I really liked, a lot of people are complaining, oh, he turned so wimpy and pathetic last few minutes. Don't forget, Ryoga seemed pretty stupid at the end of episode 2 of Zale, or at least I thought so, and he came back from it. Again, you're setting these characters up, and they've got to go for the next few years. It makes sense to give them flaws and give them a couple weaknesses. So I like the idea that he was brought down so quickly, because hopefully when we next see him and he does his next part of the story, he becomes, either darker, stronger, or has an emotional conflict, or they work that in right. And I can't wait for every episode of Yu-Gi-Oh! Arc V to come, because I am so glad it is here, the acting's here, the animation's here, and I am ready for this. And are you ready for this? In the comments section below, tell me what you thought of this episode and what you're thinking of for Arc V in general, your predictions, all that stuff. And as always, click to like and click to subscribe, because I do love talking about Yu-Gi-Oh!